France's mortality rate has significantly gone up over the last 3 years. Recently released figures show peaks in 2020, 2021, and 2022 compared to the previous 30 years. According to National Statistics Bureau, last year's excess mortality was caused by the pandemic and the summer heat wave. The office says the pandemic resulted in 48,000 excess deaths in 2020 and 43,000 excess deaths the following year, despite what it called the positive effect of vaccination. But attributing all the excess mortality to COVID or the heat wave doesn't hold for some experts. Pierre Chaillot is a statistician who has researched COVID figures since 2020. He created a program to compare official data sets published by European governments. He says he found a link between the increase of mortality and the mass vaccination campaigns.
I show in the book that you can do some statistical analysis to see if there's a correlation between the vaccination campaigns and the peaks in mortality. And if you compare the number of times it happened to see if that correlation would be due to chance, you get the conclusion that no, we have a real problem, that it happens far too often to be due to chance.
Chaillot says he discovered that in 17 European countries, a high vaccine uptake and mortality peaks match in 40% of the cases, which clearly shows a correlation.
While countries have vaccinated their populations at different times, so different countries targeted different age groups at different times, there's a correlation that is too compelling to say, no, it will be due to chance. If we do the analysis, we can see that there's a very significant excess mortality for the 15 to 24-year-olds in Portugal, which we have not seen in the past, exactly during the vaccination campaign for this population. It also happened in Poland to the 25 to 49-year-olds. There's also the example of Estonia in the book. I also show Hungary, which is an extremely striking example where it works so well that we were surprised. In France, it also happened for a lot of age groups, especially for the 50 to 59-year-olds.
Chaillot says the most direct way to accurately estimate if deaths are connected to side effects of the vaccine would be to count the number of vaccinated people who died over a period of time and compare them to the unvaccinated. But he says the French health authorities haven't published these data sets and also refuse to properly investigate this issue.
The data is available in a database. The ministry's two-faced response is that we don't know how to do it. We don't have it. But anyone can do it, which is a paradox. In reality, it's completely ridiculous. And then it's not that complex to do. The statisticians at the Ministry of Health, they do much more complicated things all the time. In order to stick to the official narrative, the authorities have produced figures that are not accurate.
Chaillot says he and experts from other agencies requested figures on the vaccination status, but the ministry did not reply to this day. David Vives, NTD News, Paris.